When the youth ask for 2 crore jobs, Modi ji gives them chombu. When Karnataka asks for justice, Modi ji gives them chombu. When people ask for 15 lakh rupees, Modi ji gives them chombu. When a farmer asks for doubling of their income by 2022, Modi ji gives them chombu. When people ask for 100 smart cities by 2022, Modi ji gives them chombu. When we ask for 58,000 crore of 15th Finance Commission, he gives them chombu. That's why one former Prime Minister was showing chombu to another one. So we urge upon Mr. Modi and Mr. Amit Shah, don't come to Karnataka. Don't seek our votes. Either release the money today or you will be facing a boycott by people of Karnataka, not by Congress party. Everywhere you go, people will vote you out from Karnataka like they voted you out in assembly. You will get a 0 even in parliament. Modi government and the Bharatiya Janata Party are committing gross injustice with Kannadigas, particularly our Raita Bandhus. Karnataka Raita Bandhus and Kannadigas, 6.5 crore Kannadigas, are being discriminated against by a sinister conspiratorial design by the Bharatiya Janata Party and Modi government. Prime Minister Modi and BJP are seeking revenge against Karnataka and 6.5 crore Kannadigas for voting BJP out of power in the last assembly elections. Prime Minister Modi and the Bharatiya Janata Party has unleashed vendetta politics and complete high-handedness against farmers of Karnataka and people of Karnataka by denying them drought relief, which is our legal due under the National Disaster Relief Fund. Home Minister Shri Amit Shah has lied through his teeth to Kannadigas. Finance Minister Shrimati Sitaraman, she has lied through her teeth in denying drought relief to Karnataka. In fact, the level of injustices, despite Karnataka repeatedly saying that we deserve 18,172 crore of drought relief money from NDRF, Prime Minister Modi, Home Minister Amit Shah, as also the Finance Minister of India, who has been elected as a Rajya Sabha member from Karnataka, are seeking revenge against Kannadigas and Karnataka farmers. It is important to list for you a sequence of events in order to expose the lies of the BJP, which I seek to do today in Mangaluru. On 13th of September 2023, Karnataka government, Congress government declared drought last year. On 22nd September 2023, within 9 days, we submitted a memorandum to Government of India seeking assistance under NDRF of 18,172 crore. Based on our memorandum to Government of India as per procedure, between 4th October to 9th October 2023, a team of Government of India visited all the drought affected areas of Karnataka. This team, which is also called IMCT, they submitted its report to Government of India, Home Ministry on 25th October 2023. After that, we sought appointments from Home Minister, Finance Minister. They did not give us, to plead our case, to plead the case of Karnataka's farmers. Finally, on 25th October 2023, 3 ministers of Government of Karnataka, including our Revenue Minister Krishna Bairegowda, they went and met Agriculture Secretary and Home Secretary, pleading that NDRF is our tax money. We have submitted a memorandum. That memorandum has been approved by a central team. So we said, give us relief. Based on our recommendation, based on our plea, the group of secretaries in Government of India, they met. They looked at our memorandum, they looked at the central team report. On 13th November 2023, this team of Government of India secretaries submitted its report to whom? To a high-level committee headed by Amit Shah, the Home Minister of India, for giving relief to Karnataka farmers. Then Agriculture Minister and Revenue Minister Krishna Bairegowda and Mr. Venkatesh, we again sent them to Delhi. On 25th November, they met our Finance Minister, Union Finance Minister, who is also a Karnataka MP. After that, Chief Minister Mr. Siddaramaiah, he himself went to Delhi and met Prime Minister on 19th December 2023. It is very important. Mr. Siddaramaiah goes to meet Mr. Modi and says, stop this discrimination, stop this vendetta, stop this malice, stop this inimical attitude towards Karnataka. Please give us our due. Then Chief Minister also met Mr. Amit Shah on December 20, 2023. He promised that by 23rd December last year, they will give us the relief. But they didn't do so. Then 19th January, Chief Minister Mr. Siddaramaiah again goes, meets all these ministers and pleads that Karnataka's farmers cannot be discriminated against. When nothing happens, CM and the entire cabinet descends on Delhi. We sit in protest at Jantar Mantar. You covered that. Your newspapers and publications and television channels also covered that protest. Finally, there is no other option, but Karnataka government takes the extreme step and we file a case to plead for justice for Karnataka, to plead for justice for our Raita Bandhu, to plead for giving us our rightful due, and we file a case in Supreme Court on 23rd March 2024. Government of India's drought manual clearly says three things. I just want to, before I take you further. Number one, the moment you submit the memorandum, within 1 week, team of Government of India must come to that state. Within 1 week, the report must be submitted. And within 30 days, the relief must be given. So, we submitted the memorandum on 22nd September. The report was submitted on 25th October. By 25th November, Karnataka farmers should have got the relief. We are now in April 2024. December, January, February, March, April, and 15 days there. So 5 full months. 5 full months in a inimical vendetta, politics, malice. Prime Minister Modi and BJP have denied relief to farmers. Today, so the Supreme Court entertained our petition against Modi government. We exercised our right on behalf of 6.5 crore Kannadigas. This is not a petition of Karnataka government. Our Raita Bandhu associations are also there, impleaded as parties with us. Today the petition came up for hearing. They have been seeking adjournment after adjournment. Finally, when Supreme Court told them, and I quote from live law what was said there. The Honorable Judge said, it is quoted there, all this should be done amicably when there is a federal structure. And finally they had to agree that within 1 week now they will decide. I want to say, A, this is a huge victory for people of Karnataka, for Raita Bandhus of Karnataka. This is also decimation of the inimical attitude and the revenge seeking by BJP and Prime Minister Modi against the farmers of Karnataka by denying them drought relief. Injustice, if I may say, cannot stand at the altar of justice. Injustice being perpetuated by Prime Minister Modi and Mr. Amit Shah by lying that Karnataka government didn't submit the memorandum. That's why I gave you the dates first. That injustice cannot be sustained at the altar of justice, and that's why justice had to prevail. So arrogance of Prime Minister Modi and the BJP, inimical attitude towards the farmers, and revenge seeking against people of Karnataka for punishing them for voting Congress party to power has all fallen flat today. It's a huge victory. We only want to say one thing. Mr. Modi and Mr. Amit Shah, I am told, is coming tomorrow. We will seek accountability from Prime Minister Modi. Every single Kannadiga, every single person of Karnataka will seek accountability. We demand that our relief, which is due to us, a total of 18,172 crore of drought relief, for which our memorandum has been submitted. Prime Minister Modi and Mr. Amit Shah should release that money by tonight, or they should not come to Karnataka. They have no right to seek votes of the Kannadigas. They have no right to show their face to farmers of Karnataka, to SC, ST, OBC minorities of Karnataka, to the poor laborers of Karnataka, to the toiling farmers of Karnataka of all category communities. 6,000 crore were sanctioned in the union budget for Bhadra Dam. Why should I not ask, as government in power, as government responsible and elected by the people of Karnataka, why has Mr. Modi backed out and not released 6 rupees? Because he wants to punish the people of Karnataka. May I also point out to you, 30,000 crore are to be given for Bangalore peripheral road development, just like Hyderabad has. It would manifold increase the economic activity in this entire area up to Mysuru and beyond. Should we not ask, as a elected government, elected by the people, why is that money being denied to Karnataka? May I also give you the 4th example now. Karnataka is one of the most progressive states. So it is the 2nd highest tax paying state to the kitty of Government of India. For every 100 rupees that you pay, Kannadigas pay, Government of Karnataka, the only rupees 13 are returned. I am not saying national development should not be done. It should be done. But can you make a state bleed for being progressive? Can you make a state bleed for paying maximum amount of taxes? Should they not ask of the Prime Minister, why is it that they are not even getting a fair share of their own money? And on top of that, National Disaster Relief Fund, which is made out of the taxes paid by all the states, you are denying even that money. Farmers are bleeding. If farmers of Karnataka bleed, if they don't have the requisite help, then how will the economy of the state run? We feel it is our duty to do so, and that's why we are doing, and we shall continue to do so unapologetically, forcefully and determinedly. जिनके 150 पार नहीं हो रहे, 150, वो 400 पार की बात कर रहे हैं. ये जवाब है इसका. Sir, one second. I'll take his question. I'll come back to you, sir. Many other friends asked, and I've answered, and let me reiterate. This is a 2004-like election. Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, the late Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, Pramod Mahajan ji, Advani ji, they were all doing India shining. Exactly what Modi is doing now. They were doing a lot of marketing, exactly what Prime Minister is doing now. They were not listening to the voice of people then, exactly what Modi is doing now. Advani ji wanted to change the constitution then, exactly what Modi is doing now. He wants to change the constitution. They didn't bother about unemployment, price rise, wealth inequality then in 2004. Exactly what Modi is doing now. They are going to suffer the same fate as 2004. My chief minister and my home minister have told me what I have told you. What I have told you, I have no such right. I am only a party worker. So I asked of the facts from the chief minister. Some police report had been filed which perhaps was read at some point of time by the Honorable Home Minister. But they are the ones who have reviewed the matter. They have urged everybody to be sensitive. We will be sensitive, I assure you, and we are going to ensure justice. Ultimately, justice for Neha is the most important thing. And that justice involves completion of trial and seeking capital punishment. Everything else is periphery. Thank you so much. So we urge upon Mr. Modi and Mr. Amit Shah, don't come to Karnataka. Don't seek our votes. Either release the money today or you will be facing a boycott by people of Karnataka, not by Congress party. Everywhere you go, people will vote you out from Karnataka like they voted you out in assembly. You will get a 0 even in parliament. That the Modi balloon has got punctured and there is absolute bankruptcy of direction and construction in the BJP.